English. This is the episode number 2 and English communicative series. Through this video, I am going to teach you simple present tense in the English language. I'll show you the form, different uses and share with you example sentences to make you fully understand. If you are ready, let's begin.
Do you know where to use the simple present tense? Have you used it correctly? Through this video, I am going to teach you the 4 main use of simple present tense and how to avoid common mistakes many people made with. In this lesson, I'll teach you the 4 main uses of simple present tense. That is, to talk about habits and routines. Second one, permanent situations. Number 3, facts about the world. And number 4, states, means state verbs. These are the 4 situations we must use simple present tense. Okay, let's talk about simple present tense. What is simple present tense? This is the basic tense in English. Its form is subject plus verb. We use subject, soon after the subject, verb. That too, V1 verb, present verb only. And see, the subject, along with the subject, I, you, we, they, or the subject is plural, you have to use V1 form or simply the present form of the verb. At the same time, the subject is singular, that is he, she, or any name, okay, any noun, singular subject comes, you have to add S form to the verb. Means that the simple present form of the verb. For example, write, you have to use writes. So, the singular subject comes, you have to add S form to the verb. Or the subject is plural, simply you can write V1 form of the verb. Let's talk about the first situation, that is habits and routines. For habits and routines, we must use simple present tense. See the example. I drink coffee every morning. I drink coffee every morning. She drinks coffee every morning. I drink. She drinks. See the change. She is singular. That's why we added S form to the verb. Now, these 2 sentences shows the habit or routine. So, if you want to express your habits or routine, you have to use or you must use simple present tense. See another example. I visit my parents on weekends. I visit my parents on weekends. This also shows a habit only. So, should not use ing form to show habits or routine. Here you cannot say I am visiting my parents on weekend or I am drinking coffee every morning. That is wrong. So, should not use ing verbs to show habits or routine. You must use simple present tense, that is subject plus verb. Here, I drink coffee every morning, not I am drinking coffee every morning. Same like that. She drinks coffee every morning, not she is drinking coffee every morning. That is wrong. Okay. And same like that. I visit my parents on weekend. That is correct. I am visiting my parents on weekend is wrong. So, the reason is that whenever you express a habit or routine, you must use simple present tense. Now, I am going to give you some tips, that is frequency expressions. See the words every morning, every afternoon, every day, every week, etc. The next one, on or in, on Sundays, on Fridays, on weekends, in the summer, etc. Once a or twice a week, once in a month, etc. These words are known as frequency expressions. Whenever these types of words come in your sentence, you must use simple present tense. See the example. She goes to America on vacation every year. Every year. She goes to America on vacation every year. See, every year is the frequency expression. So, we used here subject plus V1. Every year means we know that it shows a habit. So we use subject plus V1, that is simple present tense. She is a singular subject, so we added S form to the verb. She goes to America on vacation every year. If it is they, the subject is they, you must use only V1 verb. They go to America on vacation every year. They go to America on vacation every year. So the subject is singular, only you have to add S form to the verb, or the subject is plural or I or you must use V1 verb. Now the next step is frequency of adverbs. Frequency of adverb, you just listen the words: always, usually, generally, often, sometimes, occasionally, seldom, rarely, hardly ever, never. These are the frequency adverbs. Whenever you see any one of these words, you must use simple present tense, because this also shows your habit. See, listen here. The example: Meena always walks to school. Meena as a singular subject, so we use the subject verb walks. Meena is singular, so we use the verb walks, and we use the adverb always. So you have to place that adverb between the subject and verb. Meena always walks to school. Okay, you have to place the adverb between the subject and the verb. Meena always walks to school means that she never takes the bus or she never drives to school. So Meena always walks to school. Here the adverb is always. See the next example. Alina sometimes plays video games. Alina sometimes plays video games. Alina is a singular subject and plays is the verb. Plays. Alina singular, so we added S form to the verb. Alina plays, and we use the adverb sometimes, and we place it between Alina and plays. Alina sometimes plays video games. So remember these frequency expressions, and also when we talk about habits or routines, we never use ing verb. Instead, you have to use subject plus V1, that is simple present tense. Let's move on to the second situation to use simple present tense, that is permanent situation. In permanent situation, we must use simple present tense. See the example. Sheena speaks English. It's a permanent action. Sheena speaks English and not going to change. Okay, it's a permanent action. So if you want to show a permanent action which is not going to change, you must use simple present tense. So if you use here, Sheena is speaking English only for that moment, or it is a temporary action. Okay, at the same time, Sheena speaks English. If you say like that, that is a permanent situation. So if you want to show the permanent situation, you must use simple present tense. Is it clear? So if you use ing form here, Sheena is speaking English only for that moment, okay, or it is a temporary action. At the same time, you want to show that she always speaks, okay, so you must use Sheena speaks English. It is a permanent action. So when you want to talk about a permanent situation, remember to use simple present tense, not continuous or ing verb. Let's move on to the third use. Facts. If you want to express facts, you must use simple present tense. So what are facts or truth? They are statements about the world that are true. They are statements about the world that are true. See the example. Water boils at 100 degrees Celsius. Water is subject, that is singular we consider, and boil is the verb, but water singular, that's why we use boils. Water boils at 100 degrees Celsius. Really permanent situation. This is a fact and really permanent situation. So facts means not about person, it's about the world. So when you want to express these type of sentences, you must use simple present tense. The sun rises in the east. So this is also a fact. So see here, the sun is the singular subject, and then rises is a verb, singular subject, so we use rises. So when we talk about facts about the world, we must use simple present tense. Let's move on to the fourth situation of simple present tense. This is the last use of this tense. This use of simple present tense is very important because this is an area where learners of English make a lot of mistakes. What are states or state verbs? Let's take an example. I want biryani now. I cannot say I am wanting biryani now. See another example. I drink coffee every morning. I drink coffee every morning. But if I have coffee now, I could say I am drinking coffee now because it's happening now. Still, I cannot say I am wanting biryani now. Why? If you want to get this answer for this why, you need to know the difference between activity and state. See, it is something we do physically or physical action that is known as activity. See the second example, drink. Drink is a physical activity. At the same time, want is a state verb. They don't happen continuously and they don't finish also. So, if an action don't happen continuously and they don't finish also, that is known as state verb. Now listen here, I am going to give you some state verbs. The first one is wants and likes. Here in this category, these are the verbs. Listen, like, dislike, hate, prefer, need, want, wish. See the example, Anne loves to dance. That is the right sentence. We cannot use Anne is loving to dance. That is wrong. The second category is thought and opinion. Think, remember, forget, know, believe, imagine. These are the words in this category. See the example, do you remember me? That's the right sentence. You cannot use are you remembering me. The third category is senses. The words are or the verbs are see, hear, smell, taste, feel, etc. See the example, Alia's perfume smells really nice. This is the right sentence. Smells is the correct verb. You cannot use Alia's perfume is smelling nice. That is wrong. The fourth one is appearance. In this category, the verbs are seem, look, look like, appear, resemble, sound. See the example, Smita looks really beautiful in that dress. Smita looks, not Smita is looking. That is wrong. Is looking is wrong. You have to use Smita looks. Fifth category is position and relation. In this category, the verbs are have, on, belong, possess. This is the area where mistakes are very common. Listen carefully. I have 2 children. You cannot say I am having 2 children. The sentence, right sentence is I have 2 children. Here we have to use simple present tense should be used here because this shows the relationship between me and my children. So I cannot say I am having 2 children. It's a common mistake. I am having 2 children. If you say that only for that time, okay, you know that it's a temporary action only. So you cannot say I'm having 2 children. The right sentence is I have 2 children. Other state verbs are cost, depend, includes, involve, contain, lack. These are also state verbs. Now I'll give you a tip. It is a good idea to memorize as many as state verbs, so you don't make mistakes with these forms. So listen, it is good idea to memorize as many as state verbs you can, so you don't make mistakes with these forms. Sometimes, now listen carefully, one thing I have to tell you, sometimes you will see state verbs used in ing verbs. Example, I am loving it. This is an informal usage. When you see state verbs in ing form, it is informal. So just remember always, use state verbs in present simple verbs. That is the formal usage.
I hope you enjoyed the lesson. I'll see you in the next class.